stay over there then.
With my van of men.
You're obsessed with your van of men now, aren't you?
You said it so impressively last time.
Yeah, well, you've got a van of men.
There was real venom there.
Oh, there was. Venom. Hello and welcome back to episode 5. Can you believe it? 5 already of season 2 of Junctions and Stuff. My name's Adam Ely from RailStuff.com and ModelPaintStuff.com as well. Get all those plugs in there, right there.
Greedy.
Yes, indeed. And who are you?
I'm Richard Watson of New Junction fame.
New Junction fame, indeed. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 5. And putting up with our general waffle. I quite enjoyed the last episode.
It was fun.
It was.
It was fun.
Yeah. I hope it came across that way to everyone listening at well, I say at home or wherever you are, in the car or whatever. Maybe having a bath or on the toilet.
Or in KFC.
Or in KFC with their van of men. Yes. No, I enjoyed that one. It was a little silly at times, but that's good. That's good. Anyway, before we move on any further, I've just looked at the back wall and remembered that we have a sponsor. So thank you, Accurascale, for your continued sponsorship and support of the Junctions and Stuff podcast. And a quick reminder for anyone who hasn't, go like and subscribe to New Junction on YouTube. And whilst you're there, should they like and subscribe anything else on YouTube as well?
No, that'll do fine. There's a handy RailStuff channel.
Yeah, try that one as well. It's all good. It's all good. Right, okay. So, in this episode, it's a little different actually, but I'm kind of intrigued as to where we end up with this one. We're going to talk about what makes a good layout, or what makes a great layout. What makes a layout good? Generally, it's going to be thinking about what you need in a layout for it to be good, and that will go in many different directions. I'm sure. But in the meantime, what have you been doing since we recorded the last episode?
Turn the laser back on. So in our world, it's been.
In our world, it's
a handful of minutes.
Yeah, in our world, it's still January. In your world, it's now late February. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, that's been and gone by now. Well, anyway, happy Valentine's Day.
Either way.
Yes, indeed. Did your van of men get you anything for Valentine's Day?
Hopefully a bucket of chicken.
Do you do Valentine's Day, by the way?
Ish.
Oh, we don't. We don't at all. It's just.
I think I make her a cup of tea.
That's nice.
In the morning, yeah.
I make Claire a cup of tea several times a day. I'm nice like that.
All right.
Yeah.
But once you've had 2 kids, you see, it sort of dies off. You're not so keen to make the cup of tea anymore.
We are not going to go down the 2 kids route. That's not happening. It's not happening. One's enough. Although, if he could just suddenly be a lot older so that he could help me out at shows, that would be great. But right now he's not. It reminds me, actually, I need to order him a new T-shirt because his RailStuff T-shirt he definitely will have grown out of. Have you ever seen him in his RailStuff T-shirt?
You've branded up your own?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's got RailStuff logo across the front, which I'm showing you where. And
for the tape.
That works really well on a podcast. But then in the top corner, it says "The Boss" because he is the boss. But he also has a little high-vis vest that says "The Boss" on the back as well. So he turned up at the RailStuff Open Day back in December wearing his high-vis vest, and then promptly handed out the sandwiches to all of the See what we did. We did sandwiches for all of the exhibitors and the layouts on the days. We did that, and then he got the big multi-pack bag of crisps, and he took them to Mark. Gave Mark a pack of crisps. Got as far as Dan Everson. Split the bag. Crisps everywhere, all over the floor, and he just looked at me and he went, "You do it," and walked off.
Well, he is the boss.
He is the boss. He is the boss.
At the grand old age of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going places.
Well, you were still 2 then, so yeah. Bless him. Bless him. Anyway, what does make a layout great?
I think it's a very personal answer, that, which is what makes it such a good talking point.
In your opinion, what makes a layout great?
So what I want for a layout is a layout that ticks my boxes. So, new junction. I need it to be able to run trains round and round, so I can let trains run and I can just enjoy the clickety-clack as they go around. But I also want some play value.
So you say this quite a lot. Explain what you mean by play value for anyone who maybe doesn't quite follow your drift.
So for me, play value is literally, I want to be a train driver. So I want to be able to drive trains in the way that I see them being driven as a passenger normally. So I want to start and stop at stations, I want to whistle, I want to start and stop at signals, I want to go to the depot, I want to do some shunting, things like that. That's what ticks the box for me.
Do you want to do that all manually yourself? You want?
Oh
to
yes, I'm the train driver. It's my world.
Yeah.
But then in that breath, that ticks my boxes, but I don't necessarily chase the absolute realism that, say, a EM or P4 modeler would in trying to recreate something that way. So I can see how that would tick a box for that kind of person as well.
So the boxes that we've ticked so far for you are playability and letting things go round and round so you can have the clickety-clack in the background. Anything else?
Yes, well, capturing the essence of what I remember of the railway when I was travelling up and down it as a knee-high lad. So capturing a bit of nostalgia, modelling just good enough to hint at the area I'm trying to model, being the entire East Coast Main Line. And that ticks it for me.
So what about when you go for a wander around a show? What makes a great layout for you to look at?
You see, now you've done it. Shows are very different. Shows, I think, depending on the size of show, if it's a smaller show, it's a more intimate setting, and then you're with the layout owner and the layout a bit longer traditionally than you would be at a big show where you're sort of 12 deep. So at a bigger show, I like to see trains running, I like to see operation, I like to sort of get a grasp of what they're trying to model and what era they're trying to recreate in that space of a few minutes as I'm stood there watching. And then the smaller show, of course, you can get to know a bit more in depth about what they're trying to achieve, really.
Interesting. So I guess in the question of what makes a great layout for you, there isn't just a simple answer to that, because it depends whether you're viewing it, depends whether you're playing with it, depends whether even what setting it's in as to what make. But what do you think are the fundamentals that any layout has to have for it to be good? Or is that too simplistic?
I think so, because I mean, what makes a good layout for me wouldn't necessarily make a good layout for you. Like, for example, you prefer West Coast Main Line to East Coast Main Line, which I would prefer. So,
yeah, but for me, I wouldn't look at that level of detail. Do you know what makes a good layout for me?
Go
on. And this is a very obvious answer from me. Scenery.
Ooh.
Actually, let me go a step further with that. A story. A layout has to have a story. It should have a purpose. Is too strong a word. Maybe I'll just stick with story. But what I mean is, I'm not against rule 1, and you can, that can be your story. Your story can be, this layout is run whatever I want to run, and that's fine. But the scenery and the line side kind of brings it all together, and I like something that tells a story. I've used a bit of a tagline with RailStuff for a few years now, which is "Scenery tells the story," and it does. But I think what I mean is everything around the track tells that story of. It tells the story of what era, what location. It can even tell the story of what season you're modelling as well. And it's interesting actually, and I'm going off on a tangent, but hey, that's what we do. Is quite often, like when people are buying static grass or trees or whatever from me, they'll say, what colour grass should I go for? And I'll say, well, what season are you modelling? They say, what? And I say, it doesn't have to be that you necessarily have something fixed in mind, but make it consistent throughout. So, you wouldn't have one part of your layout with bare trees and another part with bright green grass.
You see New Junction.
I'm looking at it right now. Do you know what I mean? It's tell that story. What season is it? Is it autumn? Let's look at browns and more sort of dead grass and longer grass, all that kind of stuff. Or is it spring and we're sort of just getting into nice springy greeny stuff and some blossom on trees and all that kind of stuff. Build that story. And actually, when I'm building my layout now, once I've got past the track plan and what's going to go where, I then will need to take a step back and go, okay, what's the story? What am I? And I've got elements of that in my mind, but part of it will then be, what season is it? What's the picture that I have in my mind when I close my eyes that I want to replicate? So for me, a good layout has a story, it has something that ties it all together, and the scenery is beautiful.
Which is handy. You see, I would have picked for that customer whichever product has the most margin. Customers walked off by the time I've explained all that.
Now, does that customer come back to you if you've just sold them what you want to sell? No, I know what you mean though, but it's very much about get thinking about what you want your layout to look like, and sometimes that can be reference pictures. Reference pictures are great, but tie it all together and bring it together in a story.
I love it because a lot of layouts capture a moment in history for people.
Yes, yeah.
And just from a historic point of view, that's absolutely fascinating to see their point in history they're trying to capture, their memory.
Yes. Rich is looking very, very suspicious at me because I just did.
You delicately swapped hands there.
I did a very strange movement with my hands, and it was because I didn't want to make any strange noises on the microphone that would make it obvious that I just swapped hands. But now I have to explain it anyway. So don't worry, I wasn't doing anything strange with my microphone.
I'm more thinking as I'm sat staring at you across the table. You've got your microphone in one hand and your hand in your pocket.
That's because
very odd.
That's because I'm trying to keep the other hand warm. It is absolutely freezing in here. It is 11:30 at night on a very cold January night. So I keep swapping my hands so that I don't end up with one frozen hand and one warm hand. Anyway, where were we?
Modelling.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What makes a good layout?
Yeah.
An individual question, that is. I mean, that's definitely something we should put out to the Facebook group.
Yep.
Do let us know your opinions as well. It'll be interesting to see if we're on target with our suggestions.
On the right track? Yeah, I mean, you're right. It is a very subjective thing. And sometimes it's not always about detail and realism. because I wouldn't ever, and I kind of mentioned this to you off air when we were talking about this subject. It's interesting that if you think about the modern world and the way sort of people have beautiful people thrust in our face on TV and on social media and stuff like that,
so.
and
what are you after?
And people feel the need to aspire to that. Sometimes I worry that social media and those damn influencers on YouTube make us feel like that with our layouts as well. It's just like, oh, my modelling's not as good as that person, or whatever. And I don't think it's perfection that makes a good layout. For me, I want to see your passion in your layout. And it's difficult to say what passion looks like when it's, some bits on some wood. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, is passion the detail, or is passion I'm at a club layout, which is just a circular track?
Passion can be the detail, but passion can also be the story, as I've said. Passion can also be, the effort that you've poured into something. It doesn't have to be great. If you've enjoyed doing it, and it has made you feel good, that is a great layout.
Job done.
Yeah. Actually, there's the answer. If you like your layout...
Hold on.
No.
Drag it out a bit longer.
No, this is it. We've cracked it. If your layout makes you smile, if your layout gives you something to do and feel happy about, it's a great layout.
Job done.
Yeah. And do you know what? Screw what anyone else thinks.
Maybe if you enjoy it, someone else is bound to, because it's catchy.
Yeah. But I think, we sometimes, talk about rivet counters and, all tongue in cheek and things like that. And, I'm sure that when I finish my layout, there'll be people that can pick holes in all sorts of things. That's the way of the world. That's fine. I don't care. If it makes me smile and I enjoy it and I like it, then it's a great layout.
It's about the process.
Yeah.
Enjoying it with friends, online, etc.
Yeah. Listening to nice podcasts whilst you model.
If you know of one, let me know.
It's the RailStuff podcast. Yeah. But I know we've said this time and time again. This is a fabulous hobby, and I do worry sometimes about the amount that people sort of feel the need to compare themselves to others, and whether they're doing a good enough job at their modelling and things like that. Just enjoy it. Just absolutely enjoy it.
So I'd like to think that even just on my own videos with my own modelling, that if anything, I show that you can just blunder on and get it wrong. Because there's no...
I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
I don't understand this need to impress. I don't know why people feel the need to be impressed without critiquing. That's one thing. But if nothing else, it's about the journey.
It is about the journey. I mean, I suppose that whole thing that you just mentioned, I mean, it's life. Yeah. Different. Yeah. If there weren't different people in this world, then it would be a very boring world. This has got very philosophical for this time of night. If people want to criticise and not like something, let them. That's fine. Do you know what? They're the ones losing out, because they're the ones that are sat there with a grumpy face on.
Finding the negative.
Yeah.
And you could be finding the positive and enjoying yourself a lot more. You
could, and we could take this conversation in so many ways right now about that kind of individual and exactly how difficult that can be. But this is a positive conversation, and we want to keep it that way, because it's all too easy to turn something as positive as this hobby and this community into a negative. But your layout for you makes it a positive.
Absolutely, and every layout is a contribution to the overall hobby.
I feel like I just tried to make a very profound point but waffled through it and it didn't really land.
I got it.
You got it? Okay, good.
I mean, if we're going off the previous episode, doesn't matter what we do, the KFC solves all.
And if it doesn't, then a van of men will turn up and sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work hard, kids, and you'll get a van of...
Don't work hard and you'll be the van of men. However, if you enjoy being the van of men, then that's fine. Yeah. I guess, whilst we want to stay positive, if I put it on the flip side, is there something in particular that makes a bad layout?
Ooh. Now that's interesting, because is that something as simple as it's an era or period I don't want to model? Or is that what you class as not up to par modelling? Because that's a bit vain.
Or is it something where you can just tell that somebody doesn't really care? And that's not necessarily about a standard of modelling. It's about passion again, isn't it? And I've been told this far too many times in my career. I talk about that far too often. People being passionate about things, and but I'm one of those kind of people. I talked to somebody a while ago who wanted me to sell some products for them. This is before I got into the RailStuff game, and they could offer a very decent deal to go and work for them. But I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not passionate about that. And it wasn't necessarily their products; it was just the type of product it was. It was like, I can't get myself passionate about it, and therefore I can't sell it. I'm a big believer that passion is key in all of this kind of regard. But you can see that in people's layouts. You can see their passion and their thought and their effort that's gone into something. And I think a bad layout is one where somebody's slapped it together with very little thought and has done the bare minimum.
For the wrong motive.
Yes. That's a good point. A bad layout can be something that, like you say, they're doing it for the wrong reason.
Because you can tell, I mean, even just using RailStuff as an example, your whole business is selling scenery because you like scenery. So you like the product you sell, therefore you sell them well, and you're the right person to do it.
The amount of times that people have said to me, why don't you have a model shop? So if I had a model shop, I'd have to start shifting boxes. I couldn't have a shop that was just scenery and accessories. So I'd have to start selling track and trains. That would then tie up all of the cash in the business, all of the shelf space in the business, and it'd be the focus of the business. And it's great. I love them. I'll buy logos and rolling stock for myself of things that I want, but I've got no interest in being a trader in that space, because I want to give people advice and support on stuff that I'm passionate about.
People personally need the people, and to be that person, you need to be talking about the subject matter you enjoy.
Yeah,
which is why RailStuff works, and then which is why, in theory, those customers will benefit and their layouts will benefit, resulting in a good layout.
I hope so. It's kind of, I like the way you tried to take that full circle.
Yeah,
thanks.
That was
I'm
glad you noticed.
I did, yeah. I did. I hope so, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just, I buy this, I sell that.
Yeah, how excited do you get about glue? What makes a good glue?
Strangely enough, very. Yeah. What makes a good glue?
What makes a bad glue?
Oh, the yellows that goes brittle over time.
Doesn't stick.
Yeah, it doesn't stick. Yeah, why didn't I just go? It doesn't stick.
You're absolutely right.
But yeah. I mean, going back to the layout side of things as well. Does a good layout need to be something that somebody has spent a lot of money on?
No. It helps if that's what your bag is.
It can help. It really can help. Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't have to be, does it?
No. I mean, some of the best layouts are literally what people make from things they find in and around the house. I think we all remember the age-old Blue Peter, where you would, you'd make a Tracy Island out of rubbish, literally in the house, and every one of those would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's the same principle, absolutely the same principle.
You're right.
If it makes you happy.
Yeah, and the cost isn't important. In fact, you can build one for under £100, don't you know? Somebody should do a YouTube series about that.
I'm sure you spent over £100.
It was £100 and 5 pence. So
there we go.
Yes, okay.
So it looks like you can't.
Yeah. There was a thought right in my head before you said that, because it's not about how much you spend or even what space you take up. It got me thinking about a layout that I saw that I absolutely loved, which then made me want to ask you, what is the best layout you have ever seen?
It's funny, I was actually reminded of that at the weekend just gone, because I was at the Great Central Railway's Winter Gala.
You were?
Their steam gala. And in one of the tea rooms there, the windowsills are littered with old magazines, like Railway Modelers and things like that. And one of them was one of the magazines I had when I was little, with a giant N-gauge layout. I can't remember what it was called.
Sorry, N-gauge?
Yeah, N-gauge, absolutely. I started with N-gauge, don't forget. And then I saw the light. I'm sure it was called Goodwood or something along those veins, but the article was in this magazine, and it took me right back that I used to absolutely covet this layout. There was only one feature in one magazine, but it was absolutely fantastic. Ticked all the boxes for me. And from memory, it was a 4-track layout with various levels. I feel like I've had an epiphany. I've recreated it in my own way, subliminally. Yeah.
Nice. And that just immediately jumped into your mind as okay, is a great layout something that's memorable?
Yes, but memorable for the right reasons.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm thinking of, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm terrible with names. But I've seen it a couple of times. And you might have seen it before. It's very small. It is a layout of a brewery scene, and it is built within an oak barrel.
Ah, yes. Because we've spoken about this before, because we asked, would he have had to drink the contents of said barrel?
Yes, I think we have.
That was it.
Yeah, but that always jumps into my mind as one of the best layouts I've ever seen.
Well, that's just, I mean, it's incredibly creative for a start.
Yeah.
And they sort of, from memory, they tackle the ambience very well, because it's inside the casket, literally.
Yeah.
They've got all the lighting and things like that, and it's moody.
Yes, it is moody, and I've got a feeling it's something to do with Burton-on-Trent. So Burton-on-Trent is where, like, the home of breweries, basically. I've got a feeling it's got something to do with Burton-on-Trent. It's a spectacular piece of modelling, but it wasn't necessarily the modelling that makes it a great layout for me. It had the story, it had everything. You know, the actual container in which the layout was situated was part of the story as well. It was perfect as far as I was concerned. It was absolutely superb.
Similar kind of vein to making tracks, because you could argue that because it's been done at such speed and the layouts are so sizable, they're not as finessed as they could be if 20 years was spent making them. But the joy that is gained from them and the charitable causes supported just makes it a good layout.
It does, and also, you know, it has its own other virtues. You know, it in terms of its scale is impressive to see, and in the same way that I'm sure, you know, some people will pick holes in some of the modelling of these days, but the scale of Copenhagen Fields is just remarkable. And I remember when that turned up at the Buxton show a couple of years ago, and especially when you put a huge layout like that into a smaller regional show, it's like, wow, that is huge.
Everyone else unpacks and then repacks straight away when they see that turn up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you see that at the NEC, and it's big, but it's in the NEC, and the NEC is gigantic. You stick it in Buxton Pavilion Gardens, and it is an absolute behemoth. And for that reason, it's great, and it's impressive, and it's memorable. So there are so many different ways of looking at this question of what makes a great layout. I do feel like we kind of nailed it with, if it makes you happy, it's a great layout.
Yeah, we nailed this 5 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, some people will say
we're good at this.
That's all a bit wishy-washy and new age and all that. I don't care. You know, if it makes you happy, I like it.
But that's what it is, a hobby. It is to drag you out of the everyday.
It is.
And distract you with toy trains.
You know, I won't name any names, but there are some creators out there who, you know, if you were being mean, you'd say their modelling isn't very good. But it doesn't matter. They're enjoying it. And you can see their passion. They might only have 4 followers, 3 people watch their videos. Their modelling's not particularly good, but I don't care because they love it. And that's all that matters.
Which is a side point to subscribers don't equal a good layout.
No.
Subscriber numbers, I should say.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not.
Just your time spent on the journey.
Yeah. yeah, exactly. Exactly. What would, if you had to look at New Junction now and say, I'm going to start again, would you do it any differently?
Well, I think you always do things differently because the whole process of building a model railway is self-education, really.
Yeah.
And I suppose the bits I'm working on most recently, you tend to be better than the boards that I started on. So I always used to say, when you do a tail chaser layout, by the time you get back round to the start again, you could keep going because the first board is now not as good as the last board. So I think we're always on a journey of self-bettering.
Self-discovery, self-learning type. It's 10 to midnight and we're running out of words.
We get a bit weird at 10 to midnight.
I don't want this to sound like we're running out of steam though, because it's one of those conversations that is, you know, you can sit here and picture so many different layouts in your head and so many different ideas, and they're all great, aren't they?
And I think very much we're also in the sort of golden era of model railways, as I've heard it called, with so much choice and whatnot. You could quite easily model a lot more things.
Yes.
Well, like for example, I could forget all New Junction behind me and then go model the Festiniog or something like that.
You could go and do the West Coast Main Line, the Superior.
The what, sorry?
The Superior West Coast Main Line. I'm trying to work out what you just muttered under your breath.
Well, the viewers will know.
Yeah, indeed. I'll, in the edit.
Right,
I'll
so going
turn it
back to what
right
makes a bad layout, West Coast main line.
up.
Sorry, making tracks.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'll set Pete on you. Yeah.
I'll tell you a fun story. Is when I joined Hornby magazine in my last job, they had one of their exhibition layouts was called West Coast Cement, which you may have seen on the scene. It is 2 tracks and there's a...
Is it not East Coast Cement?
We're getting to the point.
Ah.
So I have since moved on and it is now doing the circuit as East Coast Cement. So make of that what you will. They have seen the light and that is a very good layout.
You did have me confused for a minute. I thought you were having a late night blip, but
yeah,
no, I see your story now. I see your story. Yeah.
Which is fitting actually, because we'll be talking to said creator of said layout
in
the next episode. No, it's a clue. It's a clue because not everyone will know. I hope.
Okay. I knew, but then I already knew who the guest was for it. Yeah, and I'm assuming that we are off to see a great layout.
Hopefully, if he's not ruined it. But yes, next week, hopefully, we will be talking to someone who's not shy of making layouts. Containers full of exhibition layouts of all periods. So this might be a good follow-on question to ask our guest as well.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
to get a different
what he
opinion.
thinks.
Because I mean, best one in the world, New Junction 2 is literally my second layout, and your yet unnamed Engage layout in your office is your
first, really.
First.
Well, I worked on some joint layouts with my dad during lockdown. So I suppose you can count those. I had one when I was a kid. I suppose you can count those. I had the £100 layout. I suppose you can count that.
£100 and £5.
I had the £100 and 5p layout. But for most part, I've sort of done more dioramas and things just because of the space. But now I've created the space in which to put this Engage layout. It does still need a name, but we'll get there. I was thinking it's got this sort of like junction through the middle, and it's quite new. So I could call it
Plagiarism.
Fresh Junction.
For the tape, Richard is frowning.
That wasn't a frown that I saw. Yeah, no, I do need to come up with a name for it, but it's
I remember the first time that I went past the roadworks on the M42 near Birmingham, where they're putting in HS2, and there's a sign that says delays caused by New Junction.
Yes, I've seen that.
And the amount of people that send me messages, it always reminds me of that.
Do you know what I think?
The name is cursed.
I saw it and I was like, oh, I wish I wasn't on my own in the vehicle so I could get a picture of it. But who says in the vehicle?
In the vehicle.
I think I was in the car at the time. But, yeah.
The wheeled vehicle.
The wheeled vehicle. I assume I was. But well, I'm looking forward to seeing a good/great layout.
Sounds like you've never seen one before.
Well, no, I've seen plenty. And I'm looking forward to trying to build one. But as long as I enjoy it, it will be a great layout.
That's it.
That's all it is. Have you got a joke for us?
Yes, that is a good point, as I delay awkwardly while I go and find said joke.
He does actually have it prepared, much more prepared than I did in the last episode. But that doesn't necessarily equal quality. Let's find out.
No, so is this a good joke?
What makes a good railway joke?
Oh, blimey. Some of these are terrible. Like you said last time, they don't even make sense.
No.
This is difficult. A friend who reached the final of a model railway competition lost on points.
I'm going to break some really bad news to you. If you go back and listen to season 1, episode 1,
Really? Wow.
that was the joke.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure
okay,
it was. I'm
okay.
pretty sure it was. So
I've
you're
got
going to have
this.
to drop another one.
Hang
Hang on, are we saying that we've used up all railway jokes now?
Hopefully not. Deary me. Because these are terrible. These aren't really jokes at all.
I think you're using the same site that I did in the past.
Deary me. I should read some of these out. It's like someone who likes one-liners is a fan of monorails.
I get it. I love a one-liner.
Someone-
Gary Delaney. What a great one-liner comedian.
See, I'm a fan of Tim Vine.
Tim Vine's good, yeah.
Innocent, if you just want innocent.
Gary Delaney's...
Gary Stewart.
What's that? Oh, what's the Francis guy?
Stuart Francis.
Might be Stuart Francis, yeah.
Or
Stuart
Francis Stewart? I can't remember.
Stuart Francis, yeah. He's good. But
I've been listening to Tim Vine recently, actually.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to copy Tim, but I lost my local vicar, so I had to call Missing Parsons.
Do you know what's really bad about a fart in a lift? It's wrong on so many levels. See, these are better than the railway jokes, mainly because they're not ours.
Yeah, that's it.
Although the railway jokes aren't ours either, to be fair. So.
We're just picking bad ones.
Yeah. Well, this is the end of the final discussion-y, topic-y episode of this series.
It's probably not a bad thing.
It's probably not. No, but we've now got one more episode to come, which will be our trip away to
The special guest.
with our special guest,
Royalty.
Really? Can't see Charlie. Not as in that Charlie. I mean Charlie as in King Charlie. Not as in that Charlie, as in the actual king.
We could continue that.
Yes. Do you know what? I went into a shop in Stoke last week called Hobby Goblin.
Oh yeah.
Small model shop.
A train shop.
Yeah.
It's an interesting name for a train shop.
Yeah. And they had a picture of a newspaper article from the 90s of, as he was then, Prince Charles visiting the Hobby Goblin.
Wow.
And actually having a conversation photographed with the owner of said Hobby Goblin. I mean, number one, I was amazed that he was in Stoke. Number two, quite why he went to a model railway shop in Stoke, I don't know. But anyway, there you go.
We all get lost every now and then.
I'm going to get back to the station. That was my terrible impression of King Charles.
It's like he's here in the room.
What? Yeah, so it's the final discussion-y, topic-y episode of the season. Hopefully you've enjoyed it.
Hopefully it's got you through a bit of traffic.
Yeah, if nothing else. I've really enjoyed sitting down, chatting with you, as always. And maybe there might be some more in the future. We've got to have a chat about that, and maybe a chat about some formats and some ideas and things like that. But we'd like to do some more. So let us know if you'd like to hear more.
We're struggling at episode 5, considering we want to do more.
Do you know what though? We've done this before, and we said we weren't going to do this again, didn't we? Also, it is now in 3, 2, 1. Good morning. It's midnight, and I've got an hour and a half drive home. So
Drive faster.
I can't. I'm in a van now. But look, it's been a pleasure sitting down and chatting about good layouts. I've enjoyed myself. I hope you have, and I hope you have listening at home or wherever you're listening.
And I've enjoyed the season thus far.
Yeah,
actually.
me too. It's been good.
It's always quite nice just to have that refreshing 45 minutes.
What makes a good podcast? I don't even care whether anyone listens to this. I've enjoyed having a chat with you.
I listen to them,
Well, there you go. Sorted.
mainly for me, and my van of men.
If you are in a van of men right now listening to this, then let us know.
Say hello to the rest of
Richard
them.
wants your services.
Hello.
Anyway, on that note, should we wrap it up?
I think we should.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you as always for listening, watching, listening.
That's
Blimey.
a typical YouTuber, isn't it? There you go. Thank you very much, and we will see you very, very soon.